In the second interview, they spoke with Minato Ayumu and Tenya Yabuno. Minato Ayumu, author of Digimon Paradox. Profile A. Minato Ayumu, a manga artist, won the runner-up prize in the Digimon Manga Award with Digital Monster Children Code. His favorite Digimon is Ryudamon, and his favorite Digimon game is Digimon World for PlayStation. How did you feel when your series was selected for serialization in Digimon Comics? Actually, the work that won the Digimon Manga Award is my first published work. I've never had a serialized work before, so this being my first series, I was overjoyed, feeling like I had finally become a manga artist. How did you feel when you learned you had won the Digimon Manga Award? At that time, I was working as a company employee, drawing manga in my spare time. Honestly, I wasn't completely satisfied with the finished product, so while I had half given up, a part of me still hoped I might win, checking my email every day to see if there was any news. Then, one day, I got a call from an unknown number, and when I heard V-Jump, my heart leapt out of my chest. I'll never forget that moment. I was at work, but I couldn't help but jump for joy. What was your thought process behind creating Digital Monster Children Code? I wanted to share what I find captivating about Digimon with as many people as possible, to express that through my work. While I love the anime, I find the existence of Digimon itself incredibly intriguing. They're not just cool or cute. They carry an air of mystery, a certain eeriness, and a monstrous fearfulness that defines their appeal. I hope to convey these aspects to the readers. What first made you fall in love with Digimon? It was definitely the anime. When I was in kindergarten, I happened to watch the first episode of Digimon Adventure, and I thought, this is amazing! Shortly afterward, I moved, and being so young, I forgot about it. Then sometime later, I was watching TV and saw episode 21, Koromon, The Great Clash in Tokyo. I thought, this is amazing! All over again. I asked my parents to help me find the first episode, and when I rewatched it, I realized, this is that show I saw back then. The story gripped me, and I was hooked. What led you from that initial encounter with Digimon to your debut as a manga artist? Initially, I wanted to become a novelist and even took a manuscript to a publisher. During my visit, an editor asked, "Can you draw?" And, "Why don't you try drawing something?" I gave it a try right there, and the editor said, "If you practice, you'll improve. Why not give it a shot?" To be honest, I didn't really enjoy drawing, so my practice didn't last long. I continued working as a salaryman, vaguely thinking that someday I'd like to create stories for a living. This eventually led me to enter the Manga Award. Has Digimon influenced your creative work? Definitely, especially the movies directed by Mamoru Hosoda, such as Digimon Adventure and Digimon Adventure Our War Game. I think you can see their influence in my winning entry with some homage paid to those films. I was thrilled when I saw a review that said, "Reading this made Bolero start playing in my head." What was your approach to drawing Digimon Paradox, your series in Digimon Comics? While the main audience for Digimon Comics is likely fans of the franchise, I also wanted to make it a story that even those unfamiliar with Digimon could enjoy. An editor told me, "In a good way, you're not relying on Digimon, you're creating a story about people." My winning entry was more focused on Digimon, but this time I've placed more emphasis on the narrative. Of course, the Digimon still play a significant role, and I plan to bring out the Digimon essence even more in the third and fourth episodes. How did you select the Digimon that appear in your work? I wanted the Digimon to feel like real monsters, so I chose ones like Kuwagamon, Dividramon, and Wanyamon. While I love Omegamon, I feel like it ends up looking too humanoid, like a superhero team member, which is a bit of a shame. I believe the true charm of Digimon lies in their monster aspect, so I focused on showcasing them as such. Also, Kuwagamon often gets typecast as a villain due to its appearance in the first episode of the Digimon Adventure anime. I wanted to break that stereotype and show it in a different light. Your attention to detail is evident in both of your works. What guided your creative process for these settings? The award-winning work was born out of a desire to play with this kind of Digimon and create the kind of Digimon story I always wanted to see. I figured there must be other Digimon fans who felt the same way, so I developed it over many years. With Digimon Paradox, I wanted to explore the idea of Digimon as monsters from a different perspective. In this story, Digimon are treated as weapons. They're weapons, but they're also living beings with wills of their own. I wanted to create a story that overturns the perception of them as simply scary. So I started by thinking about how to depict the idea of Digimon as dangerous weapons in a modern-day setting. This led to the concept of Digimon coming from the future and the idea of a boy who doesn't know Digimon or weapons meeting a girl who does, forming a boy meets girl story. Through their interactions, the character's understanding of Digimon gradually evolves. Tenya Yabuno, author of Royal Knight Story. Profile, manga artist. Known for serializing Digimon Adventure V-Tamer 01 in V-Jump and Digimon Dreamers in Psycho Jump. He served as a judge for the Digimon Manga Award. How did you feel when you learned your work would be serialized in Digimon comics? I was genuinely happy to have the chance to work with Digimon again. Last summer, I was approached with the idea, and at that time, I was considering continuing my then ongoing series, Digimon Dreamers. However, I was asked to create something new, so I took on the challenge of crafting a fresh story. How did you feel about collaborating with the winners of the Digimon Manga Award for this serialization? The works submitted to the Digimon Manga Award were filled with the passion and energy of young creators who truly love Digimon. I wanted to honor that spirit and contribute to making Digimon comics a success alongside them. What kind of discussions took place before settling on the direction of your new series? Recently, I've been leaning more towards children's literature. I wanted to create something within Digimon that would be humorous and appeal to kids. The idea of turning the cool Royal Knights into super deformed characters, similar to SD Gundam, came to mind. Honestly, I just wanted toys of SD Royal Knights myself. While the direction ended up being different from SD Gundam, it came together nicely in its own way. Were there any particular challenges in drawing SD characters? Actually, I've been drawing 3 or 2 head-tall versions of Gundam since I was a kid, even before SD Gundam was a thing, so I didn't face any psychological hurdles in SDifying the Royal Knights. However, since their designs are intricate, I did struggle with deciding which lines to omit, though I ultimately enjoyed the process. If the story had been more battle-focused, I might have leaned towards a cooler design, but since this is a comedy, I went for a softer approach. As you embark on a year-long 4-part serialization, do you have any goals or messages you'd like to share? The Royal Knights are an impressive group, often idolized or cast as villains, which can make them seem distant to readers. I wanted to bring them closer and make them more relatable through this comical depiction. I think Digimon fans are now in the child-rearing stage of life, so I hope this series appeals to children while also resonating with parents who can relate to Dynasmon and the other knights being tossed around by Wanyamon.